All right, cheating bitch girlfriend. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Hey, you red-faced fuck. I don't know why I find that shit so endearing. Told you what the fuck's wrong with me. All right, about a month ago, I started dating this lady. She seemed really quiet and pretty innocent. After about a week, I realized I just pictured that woman in that Vince Vaughn movie, The Wedding Crashers. Whoever that actress was fucking hilarious in that movie. Anyways, after about a week, I realized that her last boyfriend was a total freak. Like jean shorts and shit. Fuck, what do you mean freak? Like a weirdo? Or was fucking, having threesomes with this chick? Anyways, like jean shorts and shit. Fuck. So I did my best to just ignore that and have fun together. I was, in my opinion, a great boyfriend to her. I took her on a lot of dates, and it seemed like everything was perfect, and this was my first girlfriend. I'm only 16 and pretty introverted, so having a girlfriend was a big step for me. Yeah, that's huge. Good for you, man. Anyways, after a few weeks, she started acting weird. One day at lunch, she told me that her old weird boyfriend and her had sex before school that day, and they also had sex a couple of other times while we were going out. I didn't know what to say, and it really fucked me up. She even said it wasn't her fault, and I shouldn't be mad. Oh, you know what? I was actually going to give this girl props for being mature enough to own up to what the fuck she did. And then she said that. Don't be mad at me. After a fight, I told her to fuck. I told her to fuck and left. I think fuck off is what you meant. Because she's already fucking, dude. You don't need to tell her. You should have told her to less fuck. To ex-nay on the fuck-a. She then started saying that it was my fault. I don't know what I did wrong. Oh, you poor bastard. You're only 16 years old, right? So you didn't have your deflector shields up. Is that what it is? Did you say you were 16, right? What the fuck was that? I'm only 16. Okay. So now everyone knows at school because high school is bullshit. I'm now known by everyone, including my family, as the guy who got cheated on. This bitch not only made me feel like shit, but also kind of ruined the whole aspect of finding a nice girl. I don't trust them and feel as if I will never move on. Yeah, these are the catastrophic thoughts you have when you're 16. Because your world is small. You're still living at home with your parents. You go to school. You see the same fucking cunts every day. And you feel like the walls are closing in. All of these feelings, 100% normal. How do you move on after being fucked over like that? The only things I've done is got a job and started lifting weights. Maybe then when school starts again, I can show up shredded and do better next year. There you go. I like it. Turn a negative into a positive. Here's the thing. You're a nice guy, right? You're a nice guy. So that means there's the nice woman out there that balances you out, right? If you're a dick, there's plenty of cunts out there, but you're a nice guy. So what I would do is I would thank my lucky stars that fucking woman is out of your life. She's totally fucked up, right? She's going to go back to the jean short guy, and they're going to fuck before school, and they're going to do all of this other shit. And who gives a fuck? I don't understand how, I don't know how there's no reason for you, just me listening to this, why you should feel bad about yourself. I got cheated on, It's happened to everybody. And it makes you just more feel stupid, is what it is. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to count the amount of times that's happening to me. The first girl I was with was like fucking way older than me. I went from like 0 to 90 miles an hour and fucking... Yeah, she ended up cheating on me and breaking up a fucking marriage. And how did I remember how I didn't even know. I ended up running into the wife of the guy that she cheated with, and then they were broken up, and she told me. And I just remember my thought was, I just went like, huh. And there was a lot in that because it just let me know that, I just thought guys did shit like that. I thought we were just the fucking animals. And it was just like, wow. So she was doing that and then come home and smile. Yeah, and that fucked me up for a long fucking time. Yeah, you know what? And I didn't trust women. And I started lifting weights. Did I write this thing 20 years ago? What the fuck? No. Yeah, dude, this is the deal. It's going to take time to get over it, but, you're going to meet somebody nice. And I think, yeah, you're in the prime of your life. You throw the weights around a little bit. You show up fucking shredded, right? And then you show up in September and just start chatting up the women. And this is the thing, too. Women love they love a project. So you can use the fact that this woman cheated on you that, I have problems trusting fucking women, and now they'll be coming at you. Be beating them off with a fucking stick. All right? Yeah, dude, fuck that. This is the thing. You don't ever let it, anytime anything bad happens in life, you don't let it, there's two things you can do. You can either just fucking, I don't know. I view like those types of thoughts, like, when you watch like Bugs Bunny and they would have like that weight that just said 1 ton on it. I view like that's what that thought is. All right? And you're standing next to a fucking pool. All right? And the thing's got a chain around it. And you either just fucking let it go to the bottom of the pool itself, or you stick your head in the chain and wrap it around your neck and you let it take you down. And then you're just down there in the bottom of the pool. Why would you do that? Fuck it. Fuck her. Just let that whole thing. I'm not saying don't deal with it, but you got to turn it into a positive, which is what you seem to be doing. Fucking work out and chat up a bunch of women. This is the thing. Maybe, start your list of fucking requirements. Your test, your lock the door test, and maybe to try to get a good one. Women always say finding a good man's hard to find. So's a good woman. So what this woman did is help you start early on a checklist, because I didn't start a checklist for a long fucking time. I was well into my 30s, and I was still just like, hey, you want to fuck? Everything on my list is checked off, All right, here we go. All-time underrated quarterbacks. You'll be fine. Shake it off. It's fucking your fault. That's hilarious. That poor woman, she's got a lot of issues, and I bet she has a terrible father. So in a way, you can look at it like that because, she is young and immature, but if she continues to live her life that way, that is a bad fucking road to go on. That's fucking white Zinfandels or the red wine, gray teeth with the fucking tramp stamp. She's going to go down that one. Ugh. And the piece of shit guys she's going to meet. Jean shorts will be the least of her problems. I hope that doesn't happen to her either. All in. Dear Billy Brainfart, back in December 2012, I was enlisted in the United States Air Force. Off we go into the wild blue yonder, flying high into the sky. Yeah, we dive. That's all I know. Because that's all they play in the movies, right? That's just the credits. Nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force. How about a stronger Air Force? I'll tell you right now, they won the championship, they feel like they're unstoppable, and that's the kind of thing that ends up getting you shot down out of the sky. You have to feel the weak side pressure of the third world countries. I mean, planes are disappearing. Who's to say that these people don't have these things? All right. Despite being engaged, wait a second. I got engaged. Oh, yeah, the guy joins the fucking Air Force, all right? He enlisted. I got engaged to what I thought was the lady of my dreams. Life was good. Unfortunately, I got stationed out of state and had to move. Despite being engaged, she opted to stay behind in what was supposed to be temporary. We managed to keep the spark alive for some time until she lost the engagement ring in April 2013. All right, let's stop right there. Guys are morons, and a man can lose a fucking ring. All right? The only way a woman can lose a ring is if she's cleaning it near a sink.
Okay? And she doesn't understand plumbing and then later turns on the water and sends it through the J-trap. All right? He's going to feel the weak side pressure on the J-trap on fourth down situations. When a woman loses a ring, you got to understand, like, that's so many of them. That's the thing. The ring. They get the fucking stick it under their fucking girlfriends' noses. Yeah, bitch. Yeah. Right? They live for that. That's like you getting a game-worn jersey. All right, so she lost the fucking engagement ring. Wow. Eventually, things spiraled out of control, and she left me in June of 2013 saying I deserved better. All right, well, that means either she doesn't love herself, and, like, when I, saying that you deserve better, what I would immediately think is that if a woman ever said that to me, that's like, all right, you fucked around on me, and how many times? Anyways, this put me in a huge state of depression, to which I credit your podcast for helping me out. Thank you. You're welcome. Come to find out, she banged 4 different guys from June to August. There you go. And those are just the ones she admitted to. Okay? That's like when you come home buzzed or drunk in high school and your parents go, how many beers have you had? What do you say? 2. If you're really shit-faced, you'll say 4. And she said 4. So what does that mean? She had a 12-pack of dick. All right, in August, she came back into my life after she said she too went through a depression. She was living even further away now, but still wanted to try and make things work some type of way. Finally, February of this year, I got the chance we were waiting on. I went house hunting. Ooh, Jesus, dude, what are you doing? Where she lived in an attempt to make things right. Come to find out, she had been banging a married guy with kids and also talking to someone else, talking to someone else while telling me she wanted me. I confronted her and she basically said, all I'll ever be to her is a fucking FaceTime friend. What? You confronted her and she said all I'll ever be to her is a fucking FaceTime friend. A week ago she called me and now she wants to be friends again. I love this girl. That is your problem, sir. That is the only reason why you're writing me, because everything you're saying, this is a joke, your decision. He goes, I love this girl very much despite what she's done to me. Kind of like eating sugar. It's good, but it fucks you in the long run. My question to you is, do I throw all my chips in this time or do I fold? And yes, I'm probably an idiot. Either way, thanks for the laughs and go fuck yourself. P.S. Do a show in Mississippi already. Jesus Christ, Bill. That's on my bucket list. I'm going to do one down there. All right. Here's the deal, dude. This is the deal. Your heart is clouding your brain right now. All right? And here's a great expression that somebody said that their therapist told them one time. They said, I don't let chaos live in my life. All right? This is the deal, okay? She has come from some sort of unhealthy fucking background where she feels that, she's got some sort of low self-esteem thing, I'm guessing. She just thinks that she's a piece of shit and probably doesn't deserve a great guy like you. So she deliberately went out and sabotaged it, probably because she's used to being around a bunch of dysfunctional fucking people. So when she actually found somebody outside of her wheelhouse, she ran back to the comfort of that dysfunctional horse shit. All right? That is not your fucking problem. Okay? When you're trying to find the person that you're supposed to fucking be with, you have to find somebody that is as right as rain. All right? That's why you ask the questions. Are your parents still together? What is your relationship? Like, all the red flags. Both for men and women, listen to this thing, okay? If they have issues with their fucking parents and they don't fucking speak to them and they have a lot of anger issues towards their family, fucking walk. Walk. All right? If you're young, you're drafting in the first round, okay? Okay, that's the Des Bryant pick. Like fucking Bill Belichick. He passed on that one. And everyone's like, dude, what are you talking about? That's a fucking 10. And look at him. Not saying the dude isn't a 10, not saying he's not a world-class fucking athlete, but all the baggage that comes with that horseshit. You got to look at it like that. So what you need to do is, all right, you want to compare it to sugar? You want to get over your sugar addiction? Just go cold turkey. All right? 6 days fucking in. Okay? You're going to start to turn, and you're going to be looking at candy and cake and pies going, why the fuck would I ever eat that? Because it's out of your system. And that's how you're going to look at her. Why the fuck would I ever eat that? Yeah. Dude, that's not the mother of your kids, man. That right there is a Hank Williams song waiting to be written if you marry her and you have kids with her. All right? I mean, dude, that's the kind of woman that could turn you into a fucking alcoholic. You need to walk away. All right? And you know what? You live in Mississippi, so you understood that fucking Hank Williams reference. All right? Walk away and stay single for a while until you get that craving out of you. Because it's not fair for you to get into another relationship with that shit there. And you probably wonder, Bill, how do you know all this shit? Because I'm a fucking piece of shit, and I've been like all of these questions. I've been both people. I've been the person that fucked around. I've been the person that got fucked around on. I've made horrible fucking decisions and all of that shit. And it wasn't until I finally fucking decided to, stop surrounding myself with fucking people that reminded me of people that I grew up with. And actually tried to create a winning culture in the locker room. So that's what you need to do. You need to draft character first. All right? There's plenty of beautiful women that came from wonderful families. And that's the one, that's the keeper. All right? I know what okay, a woman like this is fucking your brains out. I know she is, okay? And that's the sugar right there, okay? So you got to let that go, all right? Here's the deal. Next time you're thinking about calling her, rub one out. I'm dead serious. Fucking rub one out. And the second you're done, I bet as your orgasm, you're gonna be like, oh, thank God I didn't call her. That's what's going to happen. All right, and remember that thought. Syria. Dear General Bill, need your thoughts. Is ISIS horseshit? I mean, we know we gave them weapons, but they're still had and need. Oh, Jesus Christ, guys, I can't read, and then you fucking leave out words in the sentence. I mean, we know we gave them weapons, but they are still had and need to be stopped. People, please try to proofread this shit. But we're not good at stopping anything in that region. You're president and in command. What is the move? Yeah, the mood is we pull out very slowly. This is what we do. This is what we do. The only reason why any of those cunts have any fucking money is because nations like us are still driving gas combustion engines. So this is what I would do. I would try to jumpstart more car companies over here like the Tesla company, try to get GM and all those other fucks to do the same thing, and then we just don't need them anymore and wean ourselves off of oil, and then they would just slowly go bankrupt. The entire Middle East, their entire fucking economy, as far as my complete lack of research goes, is based on the fact that they're sitting on top of oil. So if we don't need it anymore, what are they going to do? And then they are free to solve their problems themselves, which they should be doing. And as far as you saying we're not good at stopping anything in that region, there's a reason for that. There's a reason why Russia goes into Afghanistan and loses. There's a reason why people go into that. The reason why we went to Vietnam and lost. The only way an occupation works, and this is brutally honest, is if you go in there and A, you're not leaving. Okay? And B, you commit genocide. That's the only way it fucking works. That's the only way it has ever fucking worked, and it is 100% the wrong thing to fucking do. You can't do that. So that's it, you know? So it's just inevitable. They know eventually you're going home. So all they do is go, all right, you beat us. And then you walk around standing over there, and they just sit there picking you off, making your life fucking miserable. then eventually you're like, what the fuck are we doing here? Let's get out of here. And then you leave. And then they go back to doing whatever it is that they were doing anyways. But I don't think that we're going to solve anything over there. And I base that on Czechoslovakia and Yugoslavia. I didn't have any idea about any of that shit. Serbs and fucking Croatians and all of that. I still don't quite understand it. That shit was not going on when I was born. There was already Czechoslovakia and there was Yugoslavia and all that type of shit going on over there. And they all had a common enemy with the occupation of the Russians in their country. So they were against them. And when Russia fell, whatever the fuck that was, like 20 years ago, all of a sudden they got their freedom and they immediately picked up this fight that had stopped like, I don't know, 60, 70, 80, 100 fucking years earlier. And they started killing each other again. So, I mean, you're not going to... It's over. You'd have a better chance at getting Ohio State and the University of Michigan to like each other than you will having all those groups over there get along. They're not going to get along. And that's just the way it is. So that's what I would do. I would just I would do a bunch of shit that would get me whacked way before I would ever achieve it. That's what I would do. You know? That's basically it. Wasn't that funny? Jesus Christ, this is becoming too serious here. Here we go. William Burr, how do I come to terms with being average? Well, let me tell you, sir, you're asking the right guy. Love everything you do. Come to see your show on August 23rd at the MGM. That's right. I'm going to be at the MGM in Foxwoods, Connecticut on August 23rd. Oh, and by the way, I have a super secret, very special show that I'm going to be doing at the end of August. All right? I'm teasing it right now with another comedian that is way beyond me or my abilities. And I've always wanted to work with them, and I reached out to them, and we're going to do a co-headlining show. Where, you ask? I'm not saying shit until tickets go on sale. When, you ask? I told you, towards the end of August. Why, Bill? Why are you doing this, you ask? Because I'm learning from other radio guys. You kind of put half the information out there. You get everybody at the edge of their seats, and then the fucking Blackhawks score 2 goals on you, and it's over. Sorry. How do I come to terms that I just won't be financially successful to the point where money is not an issue? Jesus Christ, dude, that just made me feel sad. Why would you think that? All right, I guess he's going to go into detail as to why. He goes, I'm 30, held many technical positions in the corporate ladder at a few big companies. It is everything Office Space made it out to be, which has driven me to file patents or ideas and improvements, as well as start a few side businesses that didn't seem to really take flight. Well, there you go, sir. You know, you're basing your self-worth on other people employing you. All right? God knows I got enough shit on my podcast. eVoice, LegalZoom, Stance.com, all of that shit for you to run a fucking side business while you're holding down your job at this corporate nightmare that you don't want to be in. Believe in your talents. Dude, you think I just walked on stage and tried 3 fucking jokes and then it worked? I bombed for fucking years. For years and years and years. Like almost the first 11 years of my career, I swear to God, every time I went on stage, it was a crapshoot, whether it was going to go well or not. It was even longer than that. It's basically once you start selling tickets and people come out to your show, that the bombing goes way down. And it also makes you softer as a comic because people are coming out to see you. They give you a giant ovation as you go out there. They're already on your side. It's a home game. All right? Before you sell tickets as a comedian, every night is a fucking away game, and it's a rivalry game, and they fucking hate you. All right? So I think you're a really talented guy. I think, you know what? A lot of smart people are slightly depressed, which is how this is reading. And, dude, you just got to force yourself to pick yourself up off the mat and throw yourself against the wall. All right? Not yourself. Sorry. Stupid idea. Don't throw yourself against the wall. Whatever idea you got. Just keep putting it out there. All right? And you patent all those fucking things, and you get yourself a goddamn lawyer. So when these corporate cunts come sniffing around and they want to dangle some carrot in front of you, you make sure you get as much as that carrot as humanly fucking possible. All right? Is a donkey really that dumb that it just keeps walking towards that carrot? Is it looking at it like it's a mountain? Like, wow, it's just way off in the distance. You know? Is the donkey sitting there praying to its God as it just keeps, thank you. What the fuck would their God be? Can't say Jesus. I'll piss them off. You know, somebody told me the other day, why don't you make fun of Muslims, you pussy? Right? I make fun of my own fucking religion. All right? I stay within my wheelhouse. I make fun of what the fuck I know. You heard me try to talk about Eastern Europe. I don't know shit about it. It embarrasses me. I don't know anything about Muslims other than they throw down the yoga mat every day around 4 o'clock. When all the stoners start getting baked, they're actually talking to their higher power, which is my higher power and it's your higher power. We're all praying to the same fucking vibe, that same spirit, you know? So fucking ridiculous, and everybody's got to do it their own way. No, you got to fucking tap your elbow twice before you did it, and you didn't do that, so now I'm going to saw your fucking head off. Yeah. And people still show up and give it money and put on a silly hat, right? Who's kidding who? Anytime I think I'm going to die, I always start praying, and I pray to the God that I was told, you know? I say a prayer. I say a prayer every time my plane takes off and right before it lands, every fucking time. I say a prayer that it doesn't fucking crash, you know? And when I think about it crashing, I know exactly what I would say to a higher power. I'm sorry. Right? And then it'll be like when I die and I go and get judged and he's like, sorry for what? And it's you know what? Yahweh, Lord, Buddha, whatever the hell you are, just straight across the board, sorry. So for yeah, all of it. The whole fucking kit and caboodle. Other than 8% of it. The other 92%. I'm just sorry. I knew it was wrong. I knew what I was doing. I tried to pull myself out of the muck, and I was too weak a person, you know? Which maybe that's on you, because you didn't fucking, you know, you put a 4-cylinder in me, you know, instead of giving me enough fucking horsepower mentally to pull myself out of the ditch. Yeah, I am blaming you on some way. You know, you made me, you know, the fuck? If I made a car and it didn't run, I'm going to blame the car? Do what you got to do. Whatever. Sorry. Anyways, back to this here. He goes, I work 50 to 60 hours a week, feeling burnt while trying my last side business. With no time but work, I'm about to realize, fuck it. Dude, don't quit. Do not quit. He goes, he's about ready to say, fuck it, it just won't be me. I won't be the guy with a lake house or a guy who can buy cars with a briefcase of money or a guy with 22-year-olds on his arm at 40. All right, now you're scaring me, dude. I thought you were just some guy that, you know, wanted to invent something and feel good about himself. But you sound like, dude, you want to move up in your company? Tell him that in your corporate fucking company there, just tell him that that's what you want. Just walk in and just say, listen, this is what I want, a house by a lake. I want to buy vintage cars with a briefcase full of money that nobody knows where it came from. And I want some 22-year-old ass on my arm my whole fucking life. I just want to keep trading them in. You know, like that guy who lived across the street who got the new Corvette every year because he worked for Chevy. Right? You tell them that shit, they're going to love it because they're going to be like, this guy is a fucking sociopath. He doesn't want to find love. He doesn't want to make the world a better place. He wants to go out there and get his. That's great. He wants a house by a lake. We'll give him a house by a lake, and we'll give him the chemicals to dump into it. That's okay? You want that house by a lake? You got to take our fucking waste and dump it in that goddamn lake. All right? Now, I want you to practice shrugging your shoulders. Well, I don't know. We want to see that you're going to be able to do that. All right? And if you get caught, you got to take the fall. Walk up to that podium over there. Let me see you just improvise taking the fall. We're going to throw out a couple of scenarios. All right? Just relax. We got a glass of water up there. Have a drink. Have a drink. Okay. All right. First scenario. Fucking Sheryl Crow somehow gets behind some cunt that figures out that we have 3-year-olds making the Pampers down there in Honduras. All right? We need you to take the fall. Go.
Okay. It's come to our attention that some of our practices in the infant undergarment industry have come into question. We are looking into it. I accept full responsibility. The buck stops with me, and I am the head of that division. And I don't like babies. I'm sorry. I don't know where to go.
Fuck it. Fuck you and your lake. That isn't good. That was bad. And we can see you sweat from over here. Go back to your cubicle. That's like parole. That's like a parole hearing in a corporate office. You know, they bring you in once every 7 years, and they see how good you are at lying. And if you're not fucking good at it, they send you back to the hole, back to your cubicle. It's like reverse Shawshank. Anyways, let's plow ahead here. So this guy's depressing the shit out of me. He's given up on his dream, and he wants young bitches on his fucking arm. I don't know what to do with this guy. He goes, I'm starting to think I need to accept the corporate grind for the next 35 years, or the whole life is going to pass me by, spending all my free time trying to start something. Your thoughts? It wouldn't be right unless I end it this way. Thanks, and go fuck yourself. All right. I don't think you're that bad a guy, sir. I'm just fucking with you. All right. Don't quit. All right? Don't quit. If you quit on yourself, nobody's going to believe in you. It's going to affect your entire fucking life. You can't fucking quit ever. You never quit. Unless you're wrong. You know? If you're fucking wrong. But then what you do is you just go in another direction. That's all. Right? Like, let's say you always wanted to be a singer, but you sing like me. At some point, you got to have that honest moment and be like, I fucking stink at this. But who's to say that you're not a good producer? You couldn't record singers. You know? Or you couldn't manage singers. Or you couldn't go down to the church choir and just lip sync and act like you were singing. Right? Or get a sex change, right? And turn yourself into some hot piece of ass and get to the top of the pop charts. There's always a way, sir. And I'm not saying to get a sex change. I'm not saying not to get one. All right? Just listen to me here. Just fucking don't fucking give up on that shit. You know what it is? That's your passion. Your passion is what you're doing when you're not working 50 to 60 hours a week. All right? And the reason why this is coming off so depressing is because your heart is in that. And this voice is getting louder every day saying you don't have what it takes and you need to quit. I've been there as a fucking comic. It's the fucking worst. It hits you right in the chest. All right? You got to push through that. All right? What I do is I come up with new jokes and I go even harder the next show. So that's what you got to do. You got to come up with a new Floby, a new George Foreman grill, a new fucking iPad, whatever the hell you're working on. You got to go even harder. Right? And someday you'll have a podcast. And you'll repeat shit 9 times in a row. And you'll mispronounce stuff. Right? And you'll have a house by a lake. I don't have a house by a lake, but I had one come through my fucking roof 3 months ago. Sorry. All right. Sir, don't quit. That will crush me, knowing that you quit. There's your halftime speech. Do not ever fucking give up on yourself. All right? What I would do if I was in your fucking situation, I would quit the corporate job first. I would downsize my life. All right? You got to make the sacrifices. Downsize your fucking life. Take a job that pays less with less hours. Live with less. Do you need all those fucking T-shirts? Do you need all that shit? Do you need a laptop? Do you need an iPad too? Do you need a mini iPad? Do you need every new fucking cell phone? You don't. You don't. How many fucking glasses can you drink out of at once? 1, maybe 2, if you join in a frat. All right? You drink out of 1. The reality is, sir, you need 1 bowl, 1 plate, 1 fork, 1 knife, 1 spoon. You know, you could have all your shit. Yeah, you need a bed. You need a TV. You got to stay in touch, right? Because you got to see what's out there, what they're selling for $19.95. But other than that, what do you need? Nothing. You don't need shit. So downsize your fucking life. Have a fucking yard sale, sir. And with that money, go buy whatever the fuck it is you need to buy to invent some shit so you can get out of there. All right? But by all means, do not accept this as your fate. It isn't. You're doing your open mics like I did. And you know what? A lot of people fucking quit. I don't know what they're doing. Okay? But are they doing stand-up in a parking lot in an air-conditioned tent in Rhode Island next month like I am? No, they are not. All right, you know what I'm saying, man. I hope that fucking pumps you up. Don't fucking quit. Or, that'll make me sad. You want to make me sad? You fucking cunt. I don't even know you, and you're making me sad. Stop it. All right, let's go to advice for the week. Advice. Lady at the office wants it. Okay. Hey, Bill, I was wondering if you and the lovely Nia, if she's around, could help me with an issue I've been having the past couple of months. It has to do with a fucking lady at work. So this girl started at my office a little over 2 months ago, and I've been training her on basically everything. So we've been spending a lot of time together. Cue the porno music. All right. Now this girl is by no means a smoke show, but she is cute, and she's the type of girl who gets more attractive when you get to know her because she's pretty cool. We have a lot in common, like musical taste, and we both like the same beer, among other things. Oh, so you've obviously gone drinking, or at the very least, you've discussed, going out and having a few. You know what's so funny about that, sir? You didn't even think of that question. Your dick did. Your dick is always closing. Your dick is always in a 2-minute offense, But you got to be careful because just like Brett Favre, it will throw back over the middle for a pick six. And I think that's what you're about ready to do if you start banging some broad at work. Unless you have the skills. Let me finish reading this thing here. All right. Our job requires a lot of time on the road. Oh, God, this is just totally set up. Our job requires a lot of time on the road, so we have a lot of time to talk to each other while in the car. You're in the car. She smells good. She's crossing her legs. How many times have you gotten a fucking hard on as you've been driving with her, trying to keep up some stupid conversation as your dick's going, do it. Anyways, a lot of what we've been talking about is hookups and sex and what we both like and don't like. Dude, this is a layup. You're in there. And as I could have predicted, a bit of sexual tension began to arise. What do you mean you could have predicted? Dude, don't fucking play this game with me. All right? You know what you're doing. A little bit of sexual tension that you fucking created. You're steering the conversation towards this exactly like you should be doing. This is right down the checklist. By the time I get done reading this, you'll probably fucking blow a load in her. You're doing everything you can to fuck this girl. Anyways, what didn't help the situation was one day when we admitted to each other that we would bang each other if she didn't have a boyfriend. Oh, Jesus. Dude, listen, before we go any further, I totally respect what you're doing here. All right? What I don't respect is the way you're telling it to me as if this shit is just happening and you're not manipulating the situation, okay? You're totally manipulating the situation. This is like T-ball. This is like pussy T-ball at this point. It's just sitting right there waiting for you to knock it out of the park, and it was all because of the excellent fucking work that you've done. All right? I'm going to continue to read this. All right? But I want to tell you and everybody else, don't fucking talk to me like I'm an idiot. Yeah, I just, when I had the sexual tension because we're sitting there talking about banging. How did you get on that subject? What dumb subject was she talking about as you sat there and sort of fucking forced the conversation? Not forced, because then she would have known. You just sort of gradually, how did you do it? Did you compliment her shoes or something? That's always a good thing. You know what's a great fucking way if you're trying to figure out how to turn the topic to sex and you're not at a bar or anything, is you actually compliment another woman that walks by and be like, wow, now there's a beautiful woman. I could really, and women just find that fascinating. Why? What do you like about it? Blah, 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 blah. And you start with that as the jump off point, and then you're in. Then you're in. You're in. Okay? Just don't reach out and grab her titty in a moment of fucking reflex, though, because then you'll have a problem. All right, here we go. The sexual tension only got worse as we talked about it more, saying what we would do if we ever hooked up with each other. Yeah, first of all, this girl does not love her boyfriend, and this is over. This is like a fucking Red Shoe Diary at this point. Meanwhile, when we are in the office, she calls me from her desk to mine, and sends me email trying to chit-chat and shit, and basically flirts hardcore. See, right there, dude. Right there. Right there. You just had a meltdown in the nuclear plant. It's starting to spill over. You got to get this girl under wraps. This is bad. To the point where people have asked if there's anything going on between us. You're sloppy. You're young and you're sloppy. When we're out of work, she texts me constantly, which gets a little annoying, but I'd be a liar if I didn't like it because, who doesn't like flirting with an attractive lady? You told me before that she wasn't really that attractive, but after a while, she starts getting more attractive. What, after she says she wants to suck your dick? Oh, fuck. You know what this is? This chick is like a virus, and she's already contaminated your entire workspace. This might be beyond my help. I don't even know where you're going with this. Anyways, the situation came to a head one Saturday night when she texts me saying she wants to be drunk honest with me. I literally said, "Oh, Jesus," to myself. Why? You created this situation. And he goes, and I asked what she meant. She went on to say she wanted to make out with me because she's never felt this way about someone, and even though she loves her boyfriend, who she's about to move in with and plans on marrying, she doesn't think that making out with me is a big deal. I kind of brushed it off as a drunk text, and when she texted me the next day, I asked her if she had changed her mind, and she said no, and she still wanted to. So I ask you this, sir, what the fuck do I do? I know it sucks to be cheated on because I've been cheated on, and I don't want to do that to this dude because I've met her boyfriend once, and he's a good guy. At the same time, he's not my friend. Here's where his dick comes in to argue the other side of it. At the same time, he's not my friend, and therefore I feel I need to be loyal. I don't need to be loyal to him by not hooking up with his girlfriend. I know it'd be a sleazeball move on my part, but she's old enough to make her own decisions, and she has told me it wouldn't affect her relationship with him. Oh, Jesus, dude. Whether or not that's actually true, I won't know unless I go through with this and wait for the fallout. Exactly. Once again, she told me she wants to do that. All she wants to do is make out and not bang. But I know myself, and as a 23-year-old guy, making out doesn't quite do it for me anymore, so I know I'll try to go further. Let me know what you think. Thanks in advance. Love the podcast. All right. The question you got to ask, you need to ask two questions. How much do you like your job? And two, can her boyfriend beat the shit out of you? Does he have any felony convictions or anything like that? Because this whole thing is going to blow up in your face. This is a confused woman. She doesn't know what she wants to do. She doesn't know how to be in a relationship. She's actually using you. And you guys are going to fuck. You might not fuck the first time, but you're going to fuck. And then you're going to fuck on a regular basis unless you decide you don't want to. And it's going to get weird. This is one of these girls, no matter what, it's going to get fucking weird. So, all right. I don't know what to tell you here because I don't know all the details, but the smart move here is to not fuck this woman. Okay? People already know there's sexual tension, so if you know she has a boyfriend, they know she has a boyfriend, and you're just going to look like a piece of shit. And the whole thing's going to blow up, and it's going to be gossip, and if you have any sort of, like, desire to move up in that company, you're really going to fucking screw that aspect of it up. There's plenty of fucking women. You're 23 years old. You're in the prime of your fucking life. Go out and fuck somebody else. All right? And that whole thing there, she's got a boyfriend and, blah, 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 blah. I agree with you. That's not your fucking fault. Okay? But the thing about it is, what makes it weird is you're going to see this girl again the next day. And the next day, and the next day. And you know what's going to happen is, you're in your head, you can be like, yeah, we're just fucking because she said we're just fucking. And she said it isn't a big deal because she said it isn't a big deal. And you know what? She's gradually going to suck you into having a fucking relationship with her. And you're going to end up having to break up with somebody that you're not even going out with at fucking work. And then she's going to make your life a living hell. This fucking girl, not only can she not keep her goddamn legs closed, she can't keep her fucking mouth shut. She's going to talk to somebody else and the whole thing's going to fucking blow up. All right? So, my advice to you is don't fuck this girl. Have a mature conversation with her and say, look, it'd be one thing if you were single, but you're not. You have a boyfriend. I feel bad. I met the guy. You want to move in with them. You want to get married. This is the way you do. I really find you attractive. I would really love to hook up with you, but I can't. I wasn't raised that way. You just back out of it that way and just get the fuck out of it, man. I'm telling you. Unless you haven't been laid in a while and you don't give a shit about your job, then just fucking bang her right on your goddamn desk in front of the security cameras. Put your website, write it on your back. And you know what? Fucking come right in her face. Give this dirty whore what she fucking deserves. But other than that, I'm telling you, the downfall of men, it's our dicks. Our dicks get us in more fucking goddamn trouble than anything else. And if you can somehow make a rational decision despite the fucking moron shit your dick is saying. Your dick is like that diva wide receiver on the football team screaming for the ball every other play, and goddamn well it's double coverage, okay? All you need to do is just fucking wind down the last 2 minutes of the game and there's your fucking douche screaming at you. What are you going to do? That's a tough one. That's really a tough one. But if you're going to break up with her, just act like you're an honorable human being. And just say, I can't do it because you have a boyfriend. Just say it like you believe it. And then get out of it. And you watch what happens. Okay? There's still going to be fallout to that. It just feels like weird. Like you're not like talking to me anymore. Bitch, fuck you, you psycho. You already have a situation on your hands. Please, by the way, I'm actually invested in this emotionally now. I want to know what happens. Please let me know if you fuck her, if you don't fuck her, what happens, what doesn't happen, and all that. All right? Jesus Christ. Jesus, that's a fucking situation. Oh, by the way, can we talk about that lady? The fucking lady. There's a woman out there. She fucking was married to a guy who was a billionaire. She's getting a divorce. The guy wrote her a check just under $1 billion and she turned it down. Now, I know what a lot of people are thinking. What a fucking gold-digging whore. This is right up Bill's alley. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to tweet a fucking link to this article, and this will get him going on the podcast, and then he'll have a shit fit, and I'll laugh as I'm sitting in my cubicle. Well, surprise, surprise. I'm not really having a shit fit about this because I don't think it's about the money. This is the deal. This broad, all right, this fucking twinkle toes here, all right, old little fucking sugar tits here. She married this guy. This guy was worth $50 million. He was an oil man. Get off my fucking property. There ain't no global warming. Good. I like that there's a hole in the ozone layer. Makes me feel like I'm closer to God. Right? He's an oil man. Hey, I'll tell you what, Mr. President. I don't even know why I have to call you Mr. President. I fucking put you in office with my goddamn money. Look at me when I'm talking to you, Obama. All right? My granddaddy put that dictator in fucking power. And he was supposed to give us our little gold little shit there, right? He's supposed to give us our liquid gold, right?
He ain't doing it no more. You got to go over there. You got to take that fucker out. You understand me? I don't give a fuck how you do it. He's an oil man. It's a fucking oil man. All right? He's got Slim Whitman on Laserdisc. Right? Oh, that's Irish. What was the fucking Slim Whitman? He sold over 9 million records. Anyways, I'm all over the fucking map here. See? I'm back to me. I'm not looking at the TV anymore. So this fucking guy, he's got a $50 million business. He already has this, and this woman does not sign he doesn't sign a prenup with the woman. According to her, she didn't take the $1 billion payout because now 26, 27, 28 fucking years later, they're going for a divorce. This guy's company is worth $20 billion, according to her. All right? Now, here's the thing. She's like, I was with this guy, and I supported him, and I held down the fucking home front and all that. That's got to be worth something. This was fucking crazy to me. It's like, with all due respect, sweetheart, this guy made $50 million without you. Okay? Look, I could see if the guy had a couple $100,000 in the bank. All right, maybe, all right, whatever. You know what I mean? If you make $50 million, give me a fucking break. If you started out with nothing and you're worth $50 million, you know what you're doing. At that point, once you have $50 million, that's when you got you're starting to have your own plane. You're in a gated community. You got your own security system. You fucking kill somebody and the cops go down to your house and they're talking to your lawyer in the driveway as you're sitting there eating fucking escargot and an English muffin. And they're asking your fucking lawyer if you wouldn't mind turning yourself in over the next 6-7 days. You're like that level fucking rich. And once you're that level rich, it's all fucking downhill. You're meeting the people that are running the world. You're meeting the people in the Bilderberg group. You meet the people in the other groups that I don't know about or what the fuck they talk about, but I pretend like I do. You're at that level of fucking wealth. All right? So this fucking guy grows it to $20 billion, and she gets a check for $1 billion, basically. And she says she doesn't want it. She wants more. So everybody's saying that she's a gold-digging whore. You know what I really think it is? And she's saying that she supported him and helped him build. Say, go fuck yourself. All right? Let's just say, for whatever fucking reason, I met an unknown Lady Gaga in the East Village 10, 12 fucking years ago. Right? And she's down there ripping off Madonna songs or whatever. And I'm like, you know what? There's something about her, though. She's got nice legs. She's got a nice ass. I mean, I like the imperfections. I like the giant nose. Look at me. I got red fucking hair. It's falling out. I think we can make a good couple. We're both a mess. 2 negatives make a positive. We'll make a beautiful baby. So I start fucking hanging out with her. Next thing you know, we fall in love. Garrett Blood! Go, motherfucker! So then we think, all right. We get married. Okay? And let's just say whatever I'm doing. I make keys. That's what I do. That's my job. Okay? And she's down in the village, and she's fucking, she's making her own meat dress. She's going out, she's making money in a coffee house, and she goes right to the deli and she buys more meat. She's investing in herself. She's building her career. She's playing the fucking piano. She's coming home, and she's like, what do you think of this? And I'm like, it sounds good, honey. Right? I'm over there. I'm knitting a fucking sweater. I got a pot roast in the goddamn oven or whatever. Okay, and then she becomes Lady Gaga. I get to quit my fucking job. I'm Mr. Gaga. I get to go on Oprah and sit there silently, as Oprah talks to Lady for fucking an hour, and then finally she says, well, what do you see in her? And then I already have some pre-written speech about how I'm Gaga about Gaga. I'm Gaga for Gaga, whatever the fuck happens, right? And let's just say in the end of all of that, I'm walking down the fucking hall blinded by her gold records, platinum records and all that shit. Every morning when I go to brush my teeth, I got to put on my Amber Visions just to get there so I don't fucking walk into the walk-in closet instead of the bathroom. Let's say at the end of that, she gets sick of me and she kicks me to the fucking curb. All right? And let's say she's worth $100 million and she turns around and says, I'm going to give you, Bill, I'm going to write you a check. Let's do the same thing. Let's say $20 billion. Just say she's worth $20 million. And she says, Bill, I'm going to give you $1 million. And you know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say, thank you, Lady Gaga. It was awesome. I was just making keys. I wasn't going to make $1 million in my lifetime. All right? I'm going to take this money, and I'm going to pay my taxes on it. I'm going to get myself a little fucking house, and I'm going to make keys in the back of it. I'm going to get my life back, and I'm going to God knows you gave me plenty of fuck. And I would buy, you know what I would do with that? I would go buy a fuck. Everybody needs keys. Touchdown, Patriots! Who the fuck was that? Who just scored that? Nate Solder just scored his first touchdown ever. Nice, 23-7. Oh, did we match up better against the Packers? So anyway, look at two cheaters talking there on the sidelines. Two convicted cheaters. That was a nice play. How did you like the video? I love the video. Anyways, you got to have a sense of humor about your own fucking team, don't you? Most people don't, but I do. Anyways, so let's go back here. If she gave me $1 million, what I would do is I would find a house that cost like $150,000, and I would put down a ridiculous amount of money on it. And then I'd put the rest of the money away, and I would start cutting keys again out of the back of my house. And I'd get that business going, and I would fucking build it up. And then I'd go on to, instead of farmersonly.com, I'd go on like keymakersonly.com, and I'd try to meet somebody else. That's what the fuck I would do. I would never try to take her money. I'd be like, you know what? I know I gave you support. I know I said that was a beautiful song. I know you wrote a couple songs about us. Instead of Dear Ben, you wrote Dear Bill. I get it. But I can't sing. I can't play a fucking piano. Who's kidding who? We both know why I lived the life I lived for the last 10 years. It was because of you, Lady Gaga. And to think I got to live that life, and in the end of it, you're going to give me $1 million to leave? Yeah, you're a fucking saint. I still love you, Lady Gaga, even though you don't love me anymore. I get it. I don't even know why you love me in the first place, but God bless you. That's probably why you write such wonderful songs that connects with an entire demographic of people. Continued success. Thank you for that $1 million. And I would fucking leave. All right? I got too much fucking pride to sit there if somebody doesn't fucking want me to then try to take everything they got. I mean, I couldn't the second somebody doesn't want me around, I'm like, all right, Jesus, I didn't know I was annoying you. I get it. Sorry. Can I grab my things now? Do you want me to send somebody else? I would just get the fuck out of there. So anyway, so that seems to be, this lady here that she got $1 billion, and she says it's not enough. What I honestly think it is, I just think it's an emotional thing for this woman. I don't think it's a money thing. Because you can't spend that. You can't spend all that fucking money. Right? Did you guys, they actually showed a copy of the check that this dude wrote to his ex-wife. He didn't write it on one of those business checks, that are sort of extra long in the whole extra area, the memo section that you write stuff. He wrote it on like a personal little check. Like the same kind of check, like, somebody living week to week, one of those little checkbooks. He wrote a check for like $989,899,031, whatever the fuck it was. And I think what he did was, this guy's obvious, I don't know what the fuck, maybe he's just good at business. I think he just sat down after they decided on the number, and I bet he did it right in front of her. After 26 fucking years. Okay? He's walking away. He's leaving, and he just sits down, and he's just writing money just to make her leave. And he just sits down and goes scribble, 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 sign, 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 dot the I, cross the fucking T, tears it out. Here you go. Beat it, lady. I just think it came across like that, and it fucking pisses her off. And she's just like, this is the thing, the worst thing you can have when a woman's breaking up with you, or if you're breaking up with a woman, is if she's not over you. If she's over you, it's going to go smoothly. You don't have to deal with her fucking, putting your pet rabbit in a goddamn stew. All right? But if they're not over you, you got to fucking let them down easy. You can't just push them down the emotional elevator shaft. All right, you're going to have a major fucking problem. And I think this guy, he just fucking fired off the check like he was paying another bill. And she just was insulted by that. And she's doing the math in her head like, this motherfucker's going to... I actually talked a little bit about this on the Chris Layton podcast, so forgive me if there's a little bit of overlap, but I just wanted to hear what he thought about it. I think that... I don't know. I just think that they want you... They want you to hurt. They just want you to hurt. I don't know what it is. Not all of them, just some of them. And I think that she didn't get enough of a satisfied, hurt look on this guy's face. There wasn't enough pain. I think he just treated her like he had to get the gutters fixed and had some professional come over and did it, and he just fired off this fucking check, and it just pissed her off. Because she's more than taken care of for the rest of her fucking life. Anything she could ever want, it's all good. But I think the fact that he still has so much more money and it didn't hurt him to write that check, and she knows that he has enough money to get you got $20 billion. There's like a Victoria's Secret model that will pretend to give a fuck about you for a good year and a half. And you can do that for the rest of your life as you ride around in Ferraris. Now she's a woman. Guys don't work that way. We don't really give a shit about money. We're more like enamored by looks. It's both of our fucking weaknesses, whatever. You guys are into stuff. We're into fucking, tits and ass. So, which is why, we will date somebody as dumb as a fucking rock, and you will also date some ugly old balding douche, because they can take care of you. It's kind of what we do. So I'm not really, a lot of people wanted me to go off on her like she's a gold digging whore. I don't think she is. I think she's hurt. And she's hurt how easy this guy is just getting over. I know all you guys are sitting there going like, dude, what the fuck? He's writing her a check for $1 billion. I know that hurts. Dude, you got $20 billion. Come on, man. If that's true. If it's true and you got $20 billion, I'll write you a fucking check for $1 billion. That wouldn't hurt me at all. There you go. Bing, bang, boom. Beat it. Whistling Dixie. Jesus Christ, the fucking interest alone on that money. By the time you walk down the driveway, or she walks down the driveway leaving you, your money is probably already made fucking $30 million. The fuck do you care? I know that's obviously not 20 billion liquid. He's got a lot of that tied up in derricks, right? Some giant fucking wrenches, some oil rags, some trucks. You know what it is? I'm worn out. I don't give I watched that fucking game yesterday and we lost. And Nia was going to go see Lady Gaga last night. And at the last second, her friend bailed. Actually, the day before, her friend bailed. So she goes, do you want to go? Would you go with me? And I was just like, yeah, I'll fucking go to that. I'll go to it. I'm a comedian. I need to know what the fuck's going on in pop culture. I will go to this stuff. And I will go to this thing. And she goes, do you realize how funny it's going to be if somebody who listens to your podcast is at that thing and sees you at that? And I said, yeah, it's going to be fucking hilarious. So I went down there, getting ready to see, No, let's tell this in chronological order. I'm watching the Patriots game over a buddy of mine's house, and I'm just pounding beers. I don't know why. I bought a 12-pack. They were set up, and I just felt like I had to knock them all down. And I think I had at least 7 of them, if not 8. Somebody else was digging into them, too. I can't fucking remember. One of those things where you're not really totally hammered, but you forget your sunglasses. Like that kind of level drunk. So now I got to race home. And, I shut myself off in the third quarter just like I'm at the game. I just start drinking waters and eating fucking chicken wings and shit. And sober up, jump in the car, drive home, put on a shirt. No, we took a cab. That's right. We ended up taking a cab over to Staples Center, and we missed the opening act, which I'm like bonus because I know I'm not going to like them. And we come fucking walking into the Staples Center, and right as the show starts, and Lady Gaga comes out of a fake castle on a horse and starts walking around the arena. They do that big thing now where they got like the big fucking half a semicircle loop with a bunch of fucking raving kids in the middle of it. And
That's what started it off. And then she sang one of her songs. And then she went back into the castle. And then all of a sudden, it looked like it was a turkey with its legs spread. And she came out of the vagina of that, unzipped it, and came out of that, you know. And then sang another fucking song. You know, a bunch of shredded gay guys, all 5, 6, 7, 8, all at the same fucking time. And then she just starts spewing this fucking self-help horse shit. You know? Doing that stupid dramatic pause to milk the crowd. She's just like, you know, it's great to be here tonight, Los Angeles. And everybody's like, wah! And she's just like, I got a message out there for anyone who's ever felt different. If you feel different, no, blah, 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 and all this fucking bullshit about being different. It was literally like, it was like gay Spinal Tap. And it was honestly, it was a terrible fucking show. Terrible show. The fucking dancing was terrible. She can sing, but she stinks at dancing. She's on a fucking horse. She comes out of a vagina. How many times has that been done? Why'd you come out of the vagina, Lady Gaga? Let me guess, this album was a rebirth for you? You fucking hack. Ripping off Madonna right and left. First of all, she's got that one song that I don't know what Madonna's song is. I never know. Whenever I hear it, I start singing the other Madonna song. She's ripping off Madonna right down. She had a black Jesus. And the crowd's eating it up. And at first I'm like, you got to be fucking, she's doing the black Jesus thing? Like a prayer? Am I the only guy? And I looked around. I was like, oh my God, I'm old. I'm old. I'm fucking old. And I'm sitting there and all I want to do is just start trashing. I want to start heckling, which I did a couple of times. And Nia just gave me the look and I was like, I can't ruin this for her. She was going to go here with somebody else who was going to be waving glow sticks. And I agreed to come here. I can't be a cunt. So I'm not going to lie to you. I sat down after the first fucking song. And it was really difficult to listen to. It was really fucking annoying. Way more annoying than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be all right, you know. Still going to be on some level. I'll appreciate it. This is pop shit. I can try to come here and enjoy this shit. And it just really wasn't a good show. I can't fucking... Oh, with the stupid dramatic pauses. Why do singers always have to look up in the air halfway through a sentence and just get another applause break? I saw a band the other night in this little fucking club, and the guy was doing that. He was like, you know, this is the first time. Then he looks up at the ceiling, and it's just dead silence. And then the crowd always gives in to the fucking silence. I don't know if they feel uncomfortable with it, and they just feel they have to fill it up by going, woo! And then the guy finishes the sentence, that we've been in Los Angeles in 3 years. It's like, why couldn't you just complete that sentence? Why couldn't you just go, hey, you know, this is the first time we've been in Los Angeles for like 3 years. And we're happy to be back because you guys are great fans. You could do that in like fucking, what was that? How long did it take me to say that? 3.5 seconds? It takes him like 30 seconds. Los Angeles is a city. That's on the west coast of this country. And you know... Oh, it's fucking horrible. So anyways, Lady Gaga's on stage. I can't believe I have this fucking story. I feel like I dreamed it. She just goes, you know, she finishes another one of her fucking horseshit songs. I think at that point she was like dry humping a yak to protest some sort of Middle Eastern thing. I don't know what the fuck was going on. And by the way, her drummer was the shit. And I really would have enjoyed watching him, but he appeared to be in the dungeon section inside the fucking castle. Because God forbid there's somebody else out on the fucking stage taken away from your fucking horseshit. Oh my God. And then she had 2 plants in the crowd. 2 clear fucking plants. She calls some fucking young gay kid on the crowd and tells him it's okay. And the kid starts fucking, it's like, how did you get his number? When did you get his number? How did they have him mic'd up? How can I hear this guy clear as fucking day talking into a fucking cell phone that's going through the roof of the Staples Center to outer space, back down to the fucking, through the roof again to Lady Gaga, who's got drapes around her fucking head, right? Crowd's eating it up. Like, oh my God, she's a saint. Look at her reaching out, right? And then the worst part was she's sitting there dancing around. And she's only a little bit better a dancer than I am, and I'm fucking horrific. So she's up there. And then she goes, where's that guy with the green hair in the crowd? Get up on the stage, you know, because she's so down to earth. And the green-haired dude gets up on the fucking stage, shirtless, shredded, right? So right there, you know it's a plant. Although there were a lot of gay guys there, and gay guys are always fucking shredded. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that. So the shirtless, fucking shredded dude with the green hair gets on, runs up the runway, doing his best to act like he's shocked. And then they go into this fucking dance routine, and this dude knows every fucking move, right down to when to leave with the other dancers and walk into the castle. It's like, why is he going into the castle? I thought he was just some random guy you pulled out of the fucking crowd. Shouldn't he go back to his goddamn seat? How much of a grumpy cunt am I that I'm really ripping this shit apart? It was fucking, I gotta tell you, I was really disappointed. I felt like I put myself in the headspace where I could enjoy this. I was already 7 beers in. I grabbed a little bit of McDonald's on the way in. I had a quarter pounder with cheese with some French fries. I'm like, all right, let's see this. I know she can sing, so it should be halfway decent. And it just was, ending the songs and then just sitting there with fucking, every time, drapes around her face. It's like, when are you just going to accept your nose? We get it. You don't like your nose, but you're afraid to get a nose job because you think it's going to change the sound of your voice. Just when are you? You're sitting there telling all these young gay kids it's okay that they're different, and here it is. You can't even accept your face, walking around like that chick from The Ring, your hair all in your goddamn face. So fucking awful. And finish it every song, and then she just sit there, all wrapped in drapes, and then being all like. Breathing into the mic, which was super fucking annoying. And then she was like, I hope you guys are having a good time tonight. Because if you're not, I don't give a fuck. I said, I don't give a fuck. And the whole crowd goes nuts. And then she proceeds to give a fucking speech about how much she doesn't give a fuck. Goes over to another shredded gay guy, fucking backup dancer. You know, hey, fucking soliloquy. Do you give a fuck? He's like, I don't give a fuck either. I think that's when I heckled. And I got my first dirty look from there. Because it's literally like, you know, if you don't give a fuck, get on with the not giving a fuck. Why would you stop and give a speech? You know, that's something I've learned in life is if you don't give a fuck, you just, you don't say you don't give a fuck. If you don't give a fuck, other people, they recognize it and they say it for you. Hey, dude, you know that kid Mike? Yeah, dude, that kid, he doesn't give a fuck. Seriously, that kid, and then you tell the fucking story. But Mike isn't walking around going, you know, telling everybody that he doesn't give a fuck. She clearly gives a fuck. She gives a fuck how she looks. I don't think she likes the way she looks, and I think that that's why she's fucking walking around with an Afghan or fucking, I don't know what you call it, upholstery all over her fucking face. I don't know. Whatever. Should I just enjoy the I don't know, the fucking, I don't know what. I was really, I mean, as dumb as this sounds, I went there with some sort of expectations, and I just, you know, I thought the drummer was the best part of the fucking show, and he was in a castle, and I couldn't fucking see him. Granted, his drumsticks were lit up, so I could see some of the shit that he was doing, but I don't know. And then there was some sort of story going on. I felt like they were like workshopping a musical, and they didn't really have the full story. They just kept being this face that would glow up, and it was Lady Gaga's, and she would just be speaking monotone like she was some sort of zombie, which I guess was supposed to give it some sort of depth. Can you guys believe that somebody 44, going to be 45, is wasting this much time talking about how I was disappointed at a Lady Gaga concert, as if that fucking show in any shape or form was designed to appeal to some fucking redheaded cunt like me. You know? Whatever. I had to get that out because there's a chance Nia might be coming down to the podcast. And I did a real good job not taking the piss out of that show when I was there and not ruining it for her. But anyways. Fucking. It was really bad. You know what I mean? Even Madonna concerts back in the fucking day. Oh, that was another thing that she fucking said. She was going like, you know, when I started out. Dramatic pause. People didn't think that I could bring the underground gay scene to the mainstream. You know, it's like, why are you ignoring Madonna? Didn't Madonna do that like 20 years ago? Didn't the Village People kind of start it? You know what's funny about, like, that shit was so fucking underground in the 70s, right into the 80s, that morons like me didn't know that, like, half the people you were listening to were gay. You had no, even though, like, you'd be listening to a band called Queen, and the guy's prancing around in fucking, I don't know what, diapers, adult diapers, I don't know what he was doing, walking around barefoot. You still had, the music was, you still didn't know. I watched the other day, I was watching this Judas Priest concert. I forget where the fuck they were. It was like in the early 80s. And Rob Halford is coming out like in like literally fucking like this S&M outfit. And you had no fucking idea. I don't know. There's like 20 guys like that. It was still underground. But like that Madonna shit, when she did all that Vogan crap, that was like almost 25 years at this point. So I don't know. I think that's just what it is. I think I'm just an old fucking guy. And I imagine when I was watching, whatever the fuck I was watching, they were all going, dude, Zeppelin did this like 15 years ago. As I'm sitting there freaking out watching a band called Cinderella. I think that was the point of it. No offense to Lady Gaga fans. I think I just realized how fucking old I was. All right. And I just watched my team lose.
Oh, my God, you guys. I have to tell you this story. So I'm flying. So I do an episode of Kroll's show. And always, working with Nick Kroll, you're guaranteed you're going to laugh your ass off all fucking day. Can I kiss the kid's ass? And I fucking love him. I think he's a fucking genius. So anyways, I go to the airport, and I'm taking the red eye, taking this 10:55 flight, non-fucking stop, because that's how I do it. All right? I'm on a good plane. Why would I want to get off it and switch and roll the dice and get on another one? You know? Let's just fucking get there. When I drive up to San Francisco, I don't pull over in fucking Burbank and then get into another car. We get it, Bill. All right. So I get on the fucking plane, right? I use my miles, bump myself up like a fancy person. You know, maybe I invented the Cheesecake Factory, people are thinking. And then they see how I'm dressed and they go, oh, no, he didn't invent the Cheesecake Factory. And I go to sit down on my seat, and I go to set my bag down. I was going to set it down right in front of me, and the nice fella sitting next to me goes, why don't you stick it in the middle? There's room. And he moved his bag out of the way. I'm like, all right, this guy's a solid dude or whatever. And then all of a sudden the waitress comes by. A stewardess, whatever. She comes by. Flight attendant, whatever the fuck you're supposed to call them. She comes up, and she, can I get you gentlemen a drink? And I was like, yeah, let me get a water, please. Ice or no ice? However you make it. Stop acting like it's a fucking martini. It's all right. Just give me a water with ice. Thank you. And the guy next to me, he orders a Dewar's neat. No ice, no nothing. Just put it in there. So they bring our drinks, all right? And I'm really thirsty, so I start sucking mine down, and he just throws his back like it's nothing. Like fucking John Wayne, right before he's going to turn around and beat up three mustachioed guys in the 1930s, right? So I'm just sitting there, and everybody's getting on the flight, you know, and I'm looking around at the passengers. You know, I'm fucking doing whatever I'm doing, and all of a sudden the guy next to me, Mr. Dewars, goes to me, he goes, excuse me, he goes, are you afraid to fly? And I looked at him, I was like, what? He goes, are you afraid to fly? And I go, no, I'm not. And he goes, He goes, all right, but it's, he goes, it's okay. It's okay to tell me if you're afraid to fly. And it's immediately getting weird. And I'm like, no, I'm not afraid to fly. And then I'm thinking in my head, wait, is he afraid to fly? And that's why he's drinking the way he just drank? And now he's hoping that I'm going to be afraid to fly, so he just wants to open up? That's what I'm thinking. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not afraid to fly. And he won't leave it alone. He goes, all right, because, you're fidgeting, you're looking around at other passengers. And I'm sitting there looking at is this guy fucking serious? And I go, no. I go, I'm not afraid to fly. So now I'm like, fuck this guy. I'm not talking to this guy for the rest of the flight. This guy's weird, man. It's like just paint the picture. He's like 32-year-old, wiry, in shape, but like wiry white dude. He's got a scully cap on with fucking glasses. And, he goes, there's like a minute of silence and people are still getting on the plane. And then he goes, hey, sorry about that. Sorry, we just got off on the wrong foot. He's like, my name's so-and-so. He goes, what's your name? And then I'm thinking in my head, like, what's my name? My name's Frank. I wanted to give him but for some reason I just went, it's Bill. And he goes, oh, hey, Bill. And he goes, nice to meet you. So we shake hands. And I'm just looking I don't have any poker face. I'm looking at the guy like, what the fuck is your problem? I'm not even trying to I'm not trying to be pleasant. I'm already done with this guy. So then the guy goes, oh, hey, Bill. He goes, why are you going to Indianapolis, Bill? Right? Like he's fucking interrogating me. And I'm like, is this guy fucking serious? And I start doing the math in my head going, wait, is this guy like an air marshal or something? And I'm like, no, he's not. He's fucking slamming booze over here. Fuck this guy. So I just go, look, I don't have to answer your questions. That's it. And I just look straight forward. He goes, okay, now I'm concerned. Okay? I am concerned. And I'm looking at him like, concerned about what? He goes, you're fidgeting, you have issues with other passengers, and blah, 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 blah. He starts painting like this, like he's been, I don't know what the fuck, like psychologically breaking me down. All right, so now by this point, they've closed the door to the fuselage, and we're starting to taxi. And I just finally look at the guy, and I go, I came up with the fight. At one point, I literally stick my hand out because he kept saying I was nervous. And I stick my hand right in front of his face and I hold it level. Oh, that's what I did the first time, yeah. I hold it level. I go, I'm not nervous. And he goes, well, anybody can do that. And that's when I was like, fuck this guy. I'm not talking to the guy. Sorry, fuck this story up. Then he came back, got my name. Now he's going, why are you going to Indianapolis? And I finally look at him. I say, listen, pal, I'm drinking waters. You're drinking doers. Okay? There's no issue over here. And then he goes, it wasn't doers. What she gave me wasn't doers. Really? What was it, some sort of spy juice? You fucking jerk off? This point, I want to punch him right through his fucking stupid wiry glasses. Right? So he's going like, you look around hostile. And I said something that just ticked him off. I was just, yeah, dude. I go, I don't have to answer your questions. All right? Leave me alone. And then he starts going like, okay, now I am really concerned right now. He goes, why are you going to Indianapolis? And I just look at him. You know what I start doing? I start doing like this Ryan Gosling. You know that little smirk, that fucking Mona Lisa smile he has as he smirks his way through all his fucking movies? I go full on Ryan Gosling. Now I'm not talking to this guy, and I just keep looking at him. And I give him that little half a smirk, and I just shake my head. That's my game now. This is my game. It's like if you're going to be a dick right now with your fucking delusional authority, right? That you're going to, like we're in fucking Guantanamo and you're going to waterboard me. Huh? There's no water. There's no board. Go fuck yourself. Here's my smirk. And I'm just going to shake my head at you like you're a fucking pathetic human being. This is what I'm doing. Right? And this is the funny thing. I'm such a dick. All I have to say to the guy is I'm a comedian. I'm going to do a sold out show there. And that would make him back off. But I'm a dick. I'm like, fuck this guy. I want to see where this is going. So now he's all fucking amped up. And he starts dropping he's saying the F word. He's sitting there going, if you don't fucking answer my question right fucking now, I am going to hit that call button. We're sitting there taxiing down the fucking, getting in the line. I'm going to fucking hit this fucking button if you blah, 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 blah. And I'm just fucking Mona Lisa smile, smirking, just shaking my head like you are a fucking retard, right? So now he's saying the F word so much. The lady who's sitting in front of me, diagonally in front, right in front of him, turns around and looks at us. And now my heart's racing. I'm like, where's this going? This is going to be great. I am 100% fucking innocent. This guy's drunk, and I think he's going to hit that button. Oh, I got a feeling he's going to hit that button. What's going to happen, right? I want to see what the pilot looks like. Let's see where the fuck this is going, right? So he goes, if you don't fuck, he starts bringing his hand up to the button going, I'm going to hit that button. You don't think I'll fucking do it? I'll hit that button. And I'm sitting there smirking at him, thinking in my head, go ahead, hit the fucking button. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, right? So finally, now he wants to hit the button, and he can't fucking find it. And it's in defense of him, I couldn't find it either. I was looking up there. I half wanted to hit it myself. Then he finally finds it, and he hits it. Boom! Right? And now I'm just like, holy shit, what's going to happen? And he's sitting there going, yeah, huh? You want to fucking play this game? You want to fucking play this game? And I was surprised. I mean, it took like 30 seconds before a flight attendant, the one who gave him the booze, which evidently wasn't booze, comes over. And at this point, we're like doing that shit where we're behind a plane. We're almost ready to take off. Like we're pulling up and then stopping, pulling up and then stopping as planes are taking off. So she goes, yeah, what's the problem over here? And he goes, I'm not comfortable to fly with this guy. This guy, he's fidgeting. He's looking around at other fucking people, blah, 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 blah. He's doing all this thing, right? And then the stewardess looks at me, and I'm just sitting there fucking, my little smirk, just shaking my head. And I'm just looking at the dude, just shaking my head like this guy's out of his fucking mind. I don't say a word. And this guy goes on and on and on about his fucking psychobabble about how I'm this security risk. So she goes, okay, any other passengers? Have you noticed anything? She's talking to everybody first class at this point. Has anybody noticed anything odd about this guy? And the lady who was sitting right in front of the dude diagonally from me turns around. She goes, yeah, I've been listening to this guy berating this other passenger. She's on my side. And I haven't said a fucking word. This is great. And I'm just sitting there smirking. Then the stewardess looks at me, and I shrug my shoulders like, I don't know what to tell you. So finally she said, sir, do you have anything to add to this? And I just said, look, I'm just a guy trying to go to Indianapolis. This guy over here, he starts slamming his doors. I kind of felt like a rat when I said that. I go, he's slamming his doors. Next thing you know, he's dropping the F-bomb to me. Then I'm thinking, oh, fuck, I just said bomb, right? Fortunately, nothing happens. So now another fucking... The male stewardess comes over, right? Now he's going like, what's going on? And the captain of the fucking... Now at this point, we've pulled over and the plane has stopped. 250 people trying to get to Indianapolis, and jerk off over here who can't hold his fucking alcohol, who just watched Person of Interest every I guess, evidently. I have no fucking idea. Now the plane is stopped. This fucking jerk off has stopped the plane, interrogating a goddamn comedian like I'm in the fucking Taliban and like he works for the CIA, right? So now we're just sitting there. And the captain is up front in the plane, like, saying to the stewardess, basically relaying, do I really have to fucking come back there? This is the last flight of the night. Is there really a goddamn problem? And that was the vibe. And they finally said to the douche sitting next to me, are you going to be okay to fly with him? And at that point, it appeased his fucking ego that he was somehow in control. And he goes like, you know what? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So they go, okay. So now the plane's going again. And now we fucking come around, and he's sitting there fucking, he's in my ear. And at this point, I am like the fucking laugh you hear me doing the podcast. That's what I'm doing. And he's sitting there going, he goes, you know what? I'm glad you, I hope you fucking do. I hope you fucking try something. I hope you fucking try something when we're up there. I really hope you fucking try something. And I'm just fucking like gut busting laughing, shaking. Like, what are you going to fucking do to me? What are you going to do to me? Huh? You going to punch me in the face, you fucking wiry jackass? With your fucking glasses on? You know? That's a federal offense. You're going to go to jail if you do that or something. I don't know what, right? So I'm just sitting there fucking laughing at the guy going, I actually, at one point, I put my fucking little eye pillow thing on, you know, like I'm going to sleep.
Oh, I had that out too when the stewardess was talking to me. I was like putting it on as this total mind fuck. Like, I don't know what this guy is. I'm just trying to go to Indianapolis. I'm going to sleep. And so I got my fucking eye thing on, right? As he's sitting there threatening me. I was going total passive aggressive. It's like, dude, I'm so not concerned with you. I'm literally putting a blindfold on. All right? So this fucking guy, he starts going. He goes, you think you fucking won this? You think you fucking won this? He goes, you know who my dad is? My dad, he started saying his dad's some major CEO in Indianapolis. Doesn't it sound like a fucking made up story? I swear to God, this is all true. He goes, my dad is a major CEO in Indianapolis, and I will have you fucking arrested. And the lady turns around again. I will have you fucking arrested the second we get on the ground. I'm thinking, like, for what? For what? Sitting here? You fucking loser. Learn how to hold your alcohol. Right? And he starts describing the view that I'm going to have when I go to jail, like some fucking Law and Order episode. Oh, you're going to love it. You'll be able to see Lucas Oil Field and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just sitting there cracking up laughing. And then there's this pause, right? And I'm thinking, he finally shut the fuck up. It's like a 3-4 minute pause. He finally just gave up because I wasn't giving him anything. I was just laughing and shaking my head. I was being a dick to him. I was, because I was enjoying it. And then there was like a 3-minute pause, and then all of a sudden he just goes, "Why you going to Indianapolis, Bill?" So we're like 20 minutes into the flight. And I got to be honest with you, my adrenaline was so going during all of that because I knew I didn't do anything wrong, but I thought we were literally going to go back and there was going to be fucking cops there. And like if the fucking stewardess or the pilot asked me who I am and where I'm going, I'm going to tell them. I respect your authority. You're just you don't have any fucking authority. I don't have to answer your questions. It was one of the most fun experiences I've ever had with another human being. Like when somebody thinks that they have power and you know they don't, and all they can do is just keep bluffing and raising their voice and start cursing at you. And if you just start laughing at them, the look on their face is fucking priceless. So the last thing he said, "Why are you going to Indianapolis, Bill?" Right? And I fucking started howling, just fucking holding my stomach, shaking my head, and with my fucking eye pillow thing on, right? And I know I'm going to get a ton of shit that I wear one of those. They're fucking underrated. Get the one at Brookstone where it's literally a pillow. I'm telling you, you could fall asleep 12 noon facing the sun. It's awesome. So anyways, like after he asked me what where you going, Bill? There was like a 10-minute, like probably 10 minutes had gone by, and I can't fucking sleep because it's so funny to me, and I can't wait to tell the story to every comic I know. I can't wait to try it on stage to see if it's funny or whatever. So finally, I just like, fuck it. Maybe I'll just get on my computer. And I bring up my eye pillow, and I got to look at the guy because I know he's fucking staring at me, waiting for me to do something, right? So I lift it up. I get my fucking Mona Lisa smile going, and I look over at the guy, and dude, he is fucking passed out. He looked like he got shot. He was sitting there like his head was just hanging straight down, and anytime the plane moved, like his head was, he looked like he got knocked out. And for the rest of the fucking flight, old fucking, what's Matt Damon's character's name? Jack Ryan. Old fucking Jack Ryan over here is just, the sky marshal, the fucking booze bag, and God knows what else he was on. He was just completely out, passed out for the rest of the fucking flight. And this is how much a dick I am. I was having so much fun with this guy. I can't sleep. So I start slamming waters because I want to have to get up and take a piss just to see if this guy's going to freak out because this security risk is getting up. And the joke was on me. He never regained consciousness. And then I really had to take a piss, but I'm such a stubborn fuck. I was holding it because I wanted to make sure he was awake when I got up. Because I was going to give him a little smirk, and then I was going to get up to see if he hit the call button again. But he didn't. He didn't wake up till we hit the ground. And
And then it's funny. Then he woke up, and it was like 4 hours later. So now he had kind of slept off whatever the fuck this guy was on. And I'm sitting there smirking, waiting for the guy to start talking to me. He won't look at me. And I think at that point he kind of fucking realized that maybe he got a little too patriotic. So we stop at the gate and everything, and we're going to get up. So I grab my shit, I get up, and I'm just kind of looking at him, and he won't look at me. And then the lady who was sitting in front of me had this big smile on her face. She goes, how you doing? And I went, good. I go, that was an interesting one. And I said it really loud so the guy heard, and he didn't say anything. And this is what he did to try to save face. His pillow was kind of stuck behind his shoulder in like a weird place. So he was frustrated with it. So he ripped it out from behind him and kind of threw it down on the floor and went, ugh, like he tried to do some caveman grunt to try to still have some sort of, I don't know what. So that was my flight to Indianapolis, people. You know what? How far into the fucking podcast are we? That was a long fucking story. This might be the favorite name of anything I've ever advertised here, other than One Wipe Charlie's. Sherry's Berries. It says insert story when you've given or received the gifts. Well, I've been out of town. I haven't gotten Sherry's Berries yet. All right, Sherry's Berries. Since the end of the year is all about delicious holiday food, why not send an extra special holiday treat to friends, family, business associates, everyone you know? I've never met a person who didn't love Sherry's Berries. Send giant dipped strawberries from Sherry's Berries for only $19.99. That's over a 40% savings. Go to berries.com, click on the microphone, and type in Burr, B-U-R-R. For my listeners, double the berries for just $10 more. Berries are terrific and a sweet holiday gift. They also have delicious products such as Christmas cake pops, cheesecakes, and dipped pretzels. Here's the only way to get this special $19.99 Sherry's Berries offer. Call 866-FRUIT. I'm sorry. What the fuck am I selling? Did I approve this? This is fucking ridiculous. Who the fuck is going to buy this shit? This is the funniest shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. Christmas cake pops, cheesecakes, and dipped pretzels. Call 866-FRUIT, everybody. 866-FRUIT-0-2. Or even better, visit berries.com. Oh, punch drunk. Oh, please spell out the words. Oh, by all means, berries. B-E-R-R-I-E-S. Berries. Click on the microphone in the top right corner and type in Burr. You got to see these enormous berries for yourself. I swear to God, this is the copy. Go to berries.com, click on the microphone, and type in Burr. Type in Burr. Dip your berries in that. Don't wait now. Order some chocolate berries for the fucking person in your life. Oh, shit. I needed that. That was wonderful. I'm sure I'll get some complaints on that one. We need a conference call. Can't do it. I'm in Helsinki. Hey, you cunts better buy some Sherry's Berries because I'm going to get in trouble with that fucking read, and I'm not changing it because that was hilarious. Wiping tears away here. And my apologies to berries.com. I didn't look at the copy before I read that. I'm too fucking immature to read shit like that. I'm sure you have wonderful chocolate-covered berries. All right?
Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's time for the Thursday afternoon, just before Friday, Monday morning podcast, and I'm just checking in on you. I got my microphone back. He's back from Europe, baby. He's back from Europe. I got my mixer. I got my fucking microphone there. I'm fucking wound up because I'm jet lagged. First of all, a lot of people sent me tweets. Were making sure I was okay because I was in Italy, where they had that horrible earthquake, unfortunately, and devastating. I actually had flown out like 12 hours before that, but I was down on the Amalfi Coast, so I don't think I would have felt it anyways. But whatever. Nothing happened to me, so that pales into comparison to what happened to everybody else who was in the vicinity of it. So, fucking brutal. You know what's crazy was I looked it up to see when it happened, and there's like a website that has all the earthquakes like every day. And like every day there's like, I forget, some ridiculous number. It was either like 30 or 700. Either way, it was impressive. The amount of fucking earthquakes that there are. And, it just goes to show you that just things are just always moving and changing. I'm half in the bag right now, and I don't mean booze, because fucking Billy Booze Bag is clean Willie again. Woo! He's going clean until his special. I'm taping my special in Nashville, by the way, at the Ryman Theater. Doing 2 shows October 21st. There's a few tickets still left. If you like to go there and say, I was there when he did the thing about his fucking balls, doing the thing there with the fucking shit, you could say that you were there. Or you could just say it anyways. You could say, no one ever says, produce a ticket stub. When you really think about it, you say, yeah, I was fucking there. Woodstock, I was there. JFK, I was on the grassy knoll. Oh, yeah, there was other people there. I declined to answer that question. I definitely smelled gunshots, and my ears were ringing, but I'm going to stop short of saying that it took place on the grassy knoll. So I am totally fucking jet lagged. And I've been doing a radio tour to promote all these dates I got coming up, getting ready for the special. Reno, fucking going to Virginia, fucking Charleston, South Carolina, all of this shit. Getting ready to do that. Doing the makeup date, finally, from the snowed-in days of Long Island. That's going to be September 7th, and I don't know where the fuck I go from there, but I know I head down south. Going down south again, man. And woke my wife up today because I was doing the fucking radio. Bubba the Love Sponge was the first one that I did, and that woke her up. She's looking at me like, Jesus Christ, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm paying for the vacation. Go back to sleep. That's not what I said. I said, oh, I'm sorry, honey. Did I wake you? She goes, yes. And she goes, can you make me some waffles with turkey bacon? And I said, yes. Okay, you know why? Because that's how you shut these broads up. You know what I mean? You just go in the, what do you want? What do you want? Something with fucking sugar on it to keep your fucking menstrual flow and fucking cycle, whatever the fuck goes on down there? Okay, that's not my part of it. Okay, I'm like the race car driver. I don't know how to build the fucking engine, but I can get that fucker around the track. I don't even know what that means. So anyways, I was making the waffles, and of course, she likes turkey bacon, which evidently you can't stick in the oven. I don't like turkey bacon. It doesn't taste as good as pork bacon, and you don't know when it's done. When is turkey bacon done? Right? So, the pan was dirty, so I'm fucking in the middle of this radio tour, and I'm fucking making, I don't know. Somehow I was at the sink. I was fucking jet lagged, and the Greg Kinn band Jeopardy pops in my fucking head, and now I got to download it, right? And next thing you know, I'm fucking doing dishes like 6:30 in the morning, right? Got my pajama bottoms on, fucking headphones just cranking, right? Where were you when I needed you? Something, bitch, right? So fuck you. You're a fucking whore. I don't need your shit anymore. It's so hard to be all alone. I know you're something, yeah. Oh, I love the Jeopardy, right? And then, of course, she's back upstairs. You're still waking me up. It's like, sorry. You know what I mean? What the fuck? I'm supposed to do a radio tour, wash the fucking pan and make waffles? And I'm not supposed to listen to 80s music? Is that what you're telling me? You're telling me that at 6:31 in the morning? So then I went on a Greg Kinn fucking binge, right? And you're something, and you're something, and you're fucking something. Boo-doo-doo-doo, gang. They don't ride like that anymore. Bow now. No, they don't.
Negative. Not affirmative. He says no like 58 different times. I don't know how they do. I don't know how those lead singers do it. Like I would get stuck in my head like, oh fuck, it's coming around again, and I got to say no in another unique way. No. No way. Rape. Whatever they fucked. I don't know. No means no, Greg Kinband.
Stand up at high school reunion. Oh no. Oh, this just has fucking train wreck written all. If this is a comedian and they're going to do stand up at their high school reunion, that takes balls, man. All right, Bill, fuck you, sunscreen Burr. We've missed a couple reunions now. All my classmates are married with kids. So I'm guessing your significant other. I've been doing local stand-up for a while now, but that's been 2 hours away from where I grew up, and none of my classmates have seen it. SCENE. They haven't seen it. This is why it's great to get into show business, is you can be as dumb as me, and you can still be successful. Now, they've asked me to do a set for the reunion. I'll admit it's different for people you know, so your advice on going after the home crowd that knows you. Keep it clean, offensive, use your best shit regardless. What are your sunburned thoughts? My sunburned thoughts is you're out of your fucking mind. There is no fucking way. There is no fucking way I would do that gig. I'm going to stand up there in front of these fucking people that I knew for 15 years of my fucking life and haven't seen for 20 years. And I'm going to be, as I'm looking at them, trying to de-age their faces and figure out who the fuck is who. Oh, my God. And go right back to being like the pecking order. I'll tell you right now, you got balls. Like right now, the fact that you just said that, you know, I'm going to do stand-up at my high school reunion is the Spider moment in Goodfellas where he goes, why don't you go fuck yourself, Tommy? And then De Niro goes, oh! Just like that pause. Shoots him in the foot. He tells him to go fuck himself. You know, don't take no shit off nobody, right? Yeah, go ahead and, you know what, dude? I say you fucking do it. And this is the thing, dude. I would not hold back. I would give them both fucking barrels. The only thing you have to lose is if it goes bad, you're going to have a great panel story about bombing in front of people you haven't seen in 20 fucking years. My advice would be I would see the humor in this situation, how fucking ridiculous it is. That's what I would do. You know, I would make some sort of joke that, you know, after me, you know, fucking Joe Blow over here is a biologist. He's going to come up here for 10 minutes and look through a fucking microscope or some shit. I don't know I have no idea what I would do. But you know what? I've done something like that. I'm not going to lie to you. I've done something like that. I did stand up in a bar in my hometown, and it just so happened there was like, I don't know, there was like a table of people I went to high school with, and I'll never forget looking at them. The look on their face was, holy shit, that's that fucking guy I used to have snowball fights with. Like, they're not even listening to, they're just watching. This is the thing. They're psyched you're doing it. It's all about keeping your own fucking head together. And I'm not necessarily good about doing that. Like, I don't even like seeing the crowd before the show. I hate that. I hate when before I go into something, somebody goes, hey, Bill, looking forward to the show. Or like, hey, really like your stuff. I hate that because I always feel like, well, now what if I go in there and I bomb? Or what if you don't like my shit? And then you already said that you liked me, and then you're going to feel bad that you said that because I stunk. Like, after the show, I'll talk to people. After it went well and I felt like I gave you your money's worth, then I'm fine. But I feel like if I get compliments on the way in, I'm like taking out a loan. Does that make any sense? I don't know. So anyways, all I got to say is you got more balls than I do. I have to give a shout out to a DJ named Afrojack, who, I'm not going to lie to you, I never heard of the guy. I'm not in that fucking world, and everybody's sending me this thing where he took a clip of some shit. I guess I talked about DJs like a couple years ago.
That's how it works on my podcast. I'll say something, and it takes like 2 years before anybody really hears it. Like that Kardashian thing or the Yoko Ono thing. Like I said, I did the podcast, and it go like 2 years goes by, and then somebody who actually has a podcast with influence, like Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan blew up the Yoko Ono thing. So, anyways, people were sending me this shit, and he did like do you call it a song? Is it a track? Is it a something else? I don't know what the fuck is. I don't know what the fuck it is. But he somehow lined the shit up, and he put me in a song. And as much as I still don't get what the fuck is going on, I want to thank the guy, because there's a bunch of young people in the crowd, and performers, you need that. You got to keep getting the next wave of young people. As your fans start to get older, they have kids and they can't even go out if they want to go out. You know what I mean? Like he probably just stopped me from going on cruise ships. He delayed that for another like 6 years. So thank you very much, Afrojack. I don't know if your name is Afrojack, like that's your first name, or your name's Jack and your nickname's Afrojack, like, Billy Red Tits. I don't know what it is, but I appreciate it. Thank you for, whatever the fuck, however you say it, however you kids say that shit. It's funny. I actually watched this thing one time with Nia recently, this documentary on DJ AM. Can I just say that again, and you guys, so I can make you cringe again? The fact that I, as old as I am, just said that name. On DJ AM, and I watched it, and I actually started to understand, like, I know there's an art to everything, but I actually was really starting to understand it. And Nia was talking about how one time she and a friend of hers were in New York and went to some fucking club, and that guy was DJing there, and she said it was like the sickest night ever of music. And, within 10 minutes of being in the club, everybody's like, who the fuck is the DJ? And then they figure out it's that guy, and I don't know what it is. I guess it's like what song leads into the next song, and you're changing the energy of the crowd, which I'm relating to stand-up, right? You don't open with your closing bit, but you got to open strong. Then you got to take them on a ride. You bring them up, and then they're gonna be burned out. You got 40 more minutes. What do? You take them down a little bit, and you start building it back up, down a little bit, and then you bring them fucking. It's like wrestling. It's like when I did Stone Cold's fucking podcast. And you talk about how you bring them up, down, a little more higher, a little bit lower, a little higher, and then you get them right in that last fucking moment, and then they fucking explode and go nuts. So, I don't know. Having said that, well, I like seeing live drummers. That was that problem I had when I went to go see fucking Lady Gaga. Like, I can go see anybody if I can see the band. She had a band in a fucking house. They're like in this fucking castle, and she's riding around on a goddamn horse. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ, I believe was my quote. All right, concert story. Hey there, Billy Vanilla Tits. That's a good one. A month ago, I took my niece, the little lady, and a couple of friends to a concert they wanted to see. I get free tickets to lots of shows, yada, yada. So I took them. We get there, and immediately I'm standing out in an ocean of teens to get into this thing. Another group of friends show up, and they're accompanied by one of the other girls' dads. So we say hello and walk into this situation. It's pretty slow at first. The opening band didn't have me in mind when they made music, but they were okay. The second band came on, and they sounded real familiar. The dad says to me, I heard about these guys from Bill Burr. They're amazing. So I'm immediately like, fuck yeah, this guy knows about Burr. So after their set, we walk outside and decide, I would guess that was 21 Pilots, because I went to go see Mute Math, and they opened for 21 Pilots, and they had a very young crowd screaming like it was the fucking Beatles. So after their set, we walk outside and decide to have a couple of beers while the kids enjoy the main act that definitely didn't have us in mind when they made their music, and talked about, she talked about me and laughed our asses off in the lobby. What a turn. Not only did I get to stay with is this like a fluff piece? Why was this sent to me? I'm not saying that you sent the email. I'm just saying my fucking podcast guy. Not that I didn't want to stay with my niece, but I had an excuse to let her hang with the friends without me standing there. And if I didn't have this guy to talk to, I'd be the lone dude in the lobby, or even worse, on the floor watching the show. But it doesn't end there. All right, I'm guessing this is why the email was sent. Here we go. While I'm standing out there, a girl walks through and asks me what time it is because her phone died. I answered her, and a couple minutes later, we're talking about everything and anything. The other dad was a champ. He laughed at my joke and then peaced out when he saw things going well. What was going well? Not like some married dudes. What? This chick came. Wait a minute. What? Oh, I answered her, and a couple minutes later, we're, meaning you and the lady, were talking about everything and everything. The other dad was a champ. He laughed at my joke, then peaced out when he saw things going well. Oh, there's not enough guys like that. Right, Dad? He fucking made it look like this guy. He's holding court. There's a guy right there. That guy, he gets out in the intersection when the light turns green. He makes sure 2 cars behind him gets through. That's what I'm saying about that guy. He said, he made sure he peaced out when he saw things were going well. Not like some married dudes who don't get out much and feel the need to flirt so they have something to jack it to later. Anyways, I've gone out with this girl a bunch of times then and got into a new band that I love, whose name I won't name because you don't like to name names. All because of old Billy Original Recipe Tits. Thanks and go fuck yourself. Well, that's great. That's great. You know what? And that's a nice fucking story for all the cock blocks out there. You know what I mean? Those people who fucking cock block, I've never understood that. It's such like a, this is bad. Somehow I'm going to trash women in this. I'm the worst. I was going to say that's such like a female thing to do. You know? Chicks have that fucking thing where it's just like, well, if something good's not happening for me, then and everybody around me has to suffer. That's like the male version of that is the cock block. Well, if I'm not going to get laid, you're not getting laid. What the fuck is wrong with you? You know what I mean? That's that fucking douche who throws the lady out of the way and jumps in the fucking lifeboat on the Titanic. That person, right? I don't know. How the fuck that's like male behavior, and I still ended up trashing women. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I mean, part of it is I have issues with women, obviously, but the other part is it's just so fucking fun to annoy them. Maybe that's my fault. Maybe that's my problem. Is it wrong that you'd rather annoy them than fuck them? Is that weird? Or is it just sort of a different approach? Right, Kenya. Hi, Bill. I'm a Bostonian, like yourself. I'm a suburban outside of Boston, all right? Get it right, okay? I lived in a cul-de-sac and played street hockey, okay? I wasn't down in Southeast stealing cars, good at math, liking apples. It's a whole different breed of tough guy, all right? I had Legos, I had Lincoln Logs, I had a tree fort, okay? All right, I'm a Bostonian like yourself. That has a question for you. My wife is Kenyan, and we have a place near Nairobi National Park. The government is ramming a railroad straight through the middle of the park in clear violation of the environmental efforts put in place by past generations for the betterment of the Kenyan people. This park is considered a World Heritage Site, and this construction would be devastating. Would you be willing to champion this cause with your connections? What connections do I have to stop a railroad being built in Kenya? I mean, not going to lie to you. My last couple of specials were pretty damn good, but I don't know if I can stop. He goes, I hope just to bring attention to this cause as it is being implemented very rapidly before people can complain about it. I can assure you this is a very good cause and deserves the attention of anyone who values nature. Now, I'm off to fight in the traffic on the Jamaica way. All right, wait a minute. Well, if you send me a fucking link or something, I can definitely retweet it. But I think the best thing for your cause would not be me to be a spokesperson, as long as I don't have to speak about it. Because I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to read. Even if I read up on it, I'm going to stutter. It's just going to, it's going to come across as a dope, right? But yeah, just tweet me a link today, and I will retweet it. And I don't know. I mean, they're not listening to their own people. They listen to a fucking comedian in L.A. Don't downplay yourself, Bill. Everything counts. Well, fuck it then. I'll go positive, okay? I'll join the goddamn cause. I'll say, don't build that railroad through that park. And then they'll say, well, what's your other solution? You got an alternative? And I'll say, no, I don't.